right, brothers and sisters in Christ, let's get started. We're in the book of Genesis dealing with Joseph's life, how to live with loving Joseph. You know what I mean? What much to love about Joseph at the time? He's getting beat all up, thrown in the ditch, coat taken back with blood on it, and they're his brothers getting illegal smooches and everything else, and Judah and Tamar and all that. Now let's look at Joseph again here in chapter number 39, verse number 1. And Joseph was brought down to Egypt, and to Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh, captain of the guard, an Egyptian, bought him of the hands of the Ishmaelites, which had brought him down thither. So they bought Joseph, which was brought to Egypt by the Ishmaelite, and they went ahead and paid for him and everything else. Let me ask you a question here today's time. How would you like to feel to own human beings right now, just you yourself? How would you like to have slaves? And what would your mindset be toward the slave? Think about it. Okay, if you could have 10 or 12 slaves right now, and all of your choice, what would you do with those people? You see how sick the mind of people is right now? Think if I owned 12 people. What would I do with 12 people? What? You'd work them to death, wouldn't you? I get out there and cut that grass. Or bring me this food. You see, your mind can't even think of it. You can't even think of owning slaves, can you? And you sit back and you wonder, how could people own other people to make them do what they tell them to do, and then on top of that, if they don't, you just kill them? Of course, that's the way it was, and just all there was to it. But look at verse number 2. And the Lord was with Joseph. Now, you see, that's all that matters, really. God was with Joseph where? In the pit the whole time. God was with him the whole time. And he was a prosperous man. Now, excuse me, let me stop right there, because you know that God is with you when you can prosper with nothing. Did you hear that? He was prospering because everything that he touched, God blessed. I can witness that myself. Everything that I ever did, God prospered it. Everybody can tell you that. My whole family can tell you that. Scott been blessed all his life. I don't know how Scott do it. Well, I had the fear of the Lord in my heart. And when other people see you blessed, they will go and curse your blessing. And you curse your blessing by giving your blessing to curse people. God didn't prosper you to be a fool. He didn't bless you to give away everything you got. But that's what some of us did. You know, plain and simple. That was just the way some of us did. And it just was that way. And the Lord was with Joseph and prospered him. And he was in the house of his master, the Egyptian. And his master saw that the Lord was with him. You see, so people know and they see when God is with you. God help me. Oh, Jesus. Oh, be to be, oh, Jesus. They saw it. They saw it. So many came. And they said, man, we're going to get with you. Because God is blessing you, man. How is it that you... But see, there it is. People are going to watch while you're living with loving you. They're going to see the blessing of God on you. You know, who in the world would have thought that Prophet Johnson would one day own a Mercedes? And then not only one Mercedes, but God would give him 15 Mercedes, 2 Jaguars, 3 BMWs, 3 Cadillac Escalades. Who would have thought God would have did all that? I collected the cars. I was a collector. What'd you do with them? Got rid of all of them. Took them all to the junkyard. I collect them all. I just love them. You see, I just love them because they ran so good, the diesels. Got rid of all of it. Got rid of all the junk. Didn't keep but one. About to get rid of the last one. That's right. Got it in storage. So what did that tell you? You can't stop or they can't curse what God done blessed. See, if you seek the Lord first in his kingdom, all these things will be added unto you. Life is worth living. You know how many people commit suicide every day? As I said on the other day, veterans and other people out there. Suicide is when someone just take their own life. And they won't know until they do so. And then they zip right there in front of God. And there's this life review. There's your life on real now. And you stand before God and you're trying to, God said no. God said no. But see, now you know how valuable your life was. How many people your life affected. The people that really, now listen to me. Everybody's not going to do you like they do me. You're going to have really people that love you. Some of you got real mothers, please hear me, that love you. Some of you got real fathers that love you. You don't have mothers and fathers like what I got. You know, I'm Prophet Johnson. I'm giving it to you straight. Okay? That's just all there is to it. I was at the family reunion just recently. And the only thing, I know they don't watch Living Strong because nobody said anything, but only thing I wanted for all of these senior citizen years of my life was for my father to say one thing to me, just one thing, Dad. Can you just say this one thing to me that I've said to you all my life since I was a little boy? Can you just say, Scotty, I love you? How does it feel to have a father that will never, ever say to you and never said to you, I love you? Maybe some of the sisters or brothers or his wife or somebody see the program and say, hey, Paul, Scott just wants you to tell him that you love him. You know, never happened to this day. Just this past year. Sat with him, ate with him, sat right there with him and said, Pops, I love you, man. You know what happened? Oh, that's good, Scott. Nothing. No, I love you too, son. So, Prophet Johnson, I'm just like you. I'm a human being. I'm a species of mankind just like you. Species of man. So what is God trying to show y'all? Don't waste your time letting life go by without telling people that you love them. I tell my children that all the time. They say, the hell with you, Daddy. We know that. They say, hell with you. We know you love us. We know you love us. That's all there is to it. Because you're crazy. You're a fool. You're just crazy, Daddy. You love us so much, you gave us everything. You gave us what you never had. Why? That's enough for you, Prophet Johnson. To hell with you. I'm not talking to you. Did he say that? Yeah, I said, to hell with you. I'm not talking to you. If you said that's enough, this is my birthday, I'm going to tell it. Okay? I'm trying to save somebody else. The only time the mama said I love you was when you gave her money. Oh, you know we love you now. You know we love you, Scott. I love you. That's all the time. You see. And then hear that till you way grown. You never heard it when you were a child. That's right. I didn't get that. But I decided to give it to my children. And then what happened to my children? They said, to hell with you. We don't care nothing about love. Not all, just the majority of them. Yeah, about all of them. My son tells me all the time, Dad, I love you. Because I had to learn him that. And I said, son, I love you too. Scott Lee, I love you, man. Tell my children that all the time. They know it. You see, all of them know it. Even the ones that are not, that I raised, they know it. You see, because they got everything. But now, A whole different ball game. When they get grown, they forget you. And that's true, y'all. That's true. Prophet Johnson, what'd you do so bad? I told y'all what I did so bad. I told y'all. I loved the hell out of them too much. I gave them everything. That's the worst thing you can do for your family, your children, and a woman. Man, the worst thing you can do for a woman is to buy everything she asks for. Did you hear that? No, you missed that. You missed that. If she's a God woman, she ain't going to want everything. She going to have enough sense to save something. Don't you ever in your life, woman, give a man everything he wants. I don't even want half the stuff they try to give me. I don't want nothing, don't need nothing, don't care for nothing. You see, because you're going to mess your life up. That person going to look at you like a fool. People don't love you because you give to them. People don't love you because you bless them and pay their light bill. They think you're a fool. That's when they're going to find somebody to use. People don't love you because you tip them real good in a restaurant. They think that you are a fool. If you give them $2 off of a $20 meal, they're going to respect you then. But if you leave $10 off a $20 meal, they think they got a rocket full of dummy. You know why? Because people don't respect who are honorable in life. They respect devils and demons and murderers and haters and liars and cheaters and thieves and hell raisers. If you don't believe me, ask all the Christians that's following Donald Trump. Here it is. And God prospered him, and Joseph found grace. Y'all, this is going to be good. Close it out in the book of Joseph, don't you think? And Joseph found grace in his sight, in God's sight, and he served him, and he made him overseer of his house. See, when you get to the point where you don't care no more, that's when you're going to live. See, I'm immune to what people are thinking now. See, because they used to hurt me with what folks thought about me. I wouldn't say to hell with what you think. I never use curse words. Everybody will tell you that. Don't use them to this day, except in biblical language. I don't go out in the street, get with pookie nose there, with bald nose there, and say, oh, man, black and black, oh, yes, man, this. I don't do that. No. I only do that right here on the air. Amazing, isn't it? Why? Because I'm being real with you. It's a part of the theater. It's a part of the show. It's a part of the movie. Lights, camera, action. Let's bring it all live now, y'all. Let's not hold back what's inside of man. Tell the truth and go and shame your devil. Okay? That's all there is to it. So God is with him. God is blessing him everywhere he's going. And Joseph found grace in his sight, and he served him, and he made him overseer of his house, and all that he had, he put his hand. He put into his hand. Now that's trust. That is trust. You know, you're going to stick a man in your house, you know, with your wife, and this man is faithful to you and your wife in everything you own. Let me tell you something, men. Here's what you do. Go leave the brother in the house with your wife. Woo! Hold on a minute. I'm getting too happy. Here's what you do. Leave him in there with her. See what happens. See what happened. If you think that woman won't, she will. Had a lot of crooks try to steal your heart. Never really had love. Couldn't never figure out, Lil Wayne, how to love. What? You better believe it. I don't care. No, your wife ain't that faithful, brother. Your wife ain't that strong. I don't care how honorable, holy she is. Now, if she's a holy woman, you ain't got nothing to worry about. Please. You ain't got nothing to worry about. Do you see it? Do you see it? Women, you going to leave that man in that house with that other woman? No. Well, that's a done deal. Prophet Johnson, no, I don't. That's a done deal. You already know what's going to happen, right? Okay, then. Don't sit up and fake it. Let's be real with this. No man is going to do that. You leaving your bodyguards at home with your wife? Your bodyguard smooching that stuff. Here it is. Tell it. Don't I tell it, Jesus? Lord, I get paranoid over that thing. It's probably working good right now. I might be messing it up. Here it is. And that's right. It don't make me no different because they're going, y'all, man, please. Good Lord Jesus, please. And it came to pass from that time, he was made overseer. And we're in verse number 5. And over all that he had, the Lord blessed the Egyptian's house for Joseph's sake. Now, here it is right here. I'm going to give it to you straight. I'm not going to bite my tongue. God blessed Potiphar's house, the Egyptian's house, because Joseph was in there. Whenever you got a man or a woman of God that's got the favor of God, they got the blessing of God. What do? God bless everything around him. Y'all missed that one, didn't you? See, everybody around me was blessed because of the way I lived, holy before God. They was blessed because of the way I served God. People around me today, captain, the crew, the whole 9 yard, the leadership, they are blessed because I'm here. Y'all missed that one. Don't you miss that? They will continue to be blessed because I'm here. The enemy will have limited ability into their lives. He won't be able to destroy them like he would if I wasn't here. Because that anointing, Prophet Johnson, yes, because that anointing, that favor blocks it. Because God is going to protect his word come hell or high water. God will kill off a whole army to protect his word. Ask David. You see, he will do what it takes to glory. There it is. There it is. Y'all excuse me now. Yes, sir, Lord. Woo, Jesus. God, that thing is sprinkling up there. I know it, Lord. See, I can't say nothing now. I'm going to get in trouble, God. See, you don't appreciate the blessing when you got it. A lot of people don't appreciate the blessing when they got it because they cannot discern it. They think that it's them. It's not you. It's that man or that woman of God that's got the favor of God, that's living with loving themselves, that's got you blessed. Because God said, that's my prophet. Joseph is my servant. You destroy him, you destroy a future. You kill him, you destroy the truth teller. There won't be no more. God knew there wasn't going to be another Joseph. God knew there was never going to be another Prophet Johnson. That's why he let us go through the hell that we went through and be rejected and beaten and despised in life. And I understand it now because he showed me that I reckon that the suffering of this present time is not worthy to be compared with the glory that is being revealed in you. So he's saying, you know now, son, you know. They do not know. So you know what he did? Gave me a heavenly scholarship, sent me to earth, put me in my right mind after it was destroyed, the old mind, and said, I'm giving you a new brain. I'm giving you one with some sense now. Okay? So after so many years of my life, your eyes finally come open. After 50 years of your life, 60 years, your eyes come open. And you say, God, I can see now. And the Lord said, now do you see it? I was with you all along. If you got a man or a woman of God that's got favor with God, receive your blessing. Don't take advantage of it. Live and thank God for it. High glory! Because when he removed the blessing, the curse come in. Watch out! They got one footprint on the land. And that footprint is going to be removed real soon. After that footprint is moved, after the blessing, then come the curse. Prophet John said, what happened to them folks? They all cursed now. They all Christian cursed. They think they blessed. They cursed now. Why? Because they didn't respect the blessing. So then what did God do? Gave them over to a reprobate mind. So what they doing? They feeding devils and demons to live now. You see, this is for real. And they using Christianity to do it. But that's going to dry up. Because there's nothing there but a bunch of piranhas that's going to eat on each other. You see, Pastor, when you got a stagnant church, you got 25, 30, 40, 50 members. You see the same people coming in every Sunday, every Wednesday. You feeding piranhas now. You got stagnated growth. Your people are going to start turning on each other, eating each other in the church. That's what they do when you don't have church growth, when you don't have an outlet. The ones who are going to stick together are the big fish that are running in the pack. Them little old mothers, little old deacons, little old insiders, little gossipers y'all got, little telehella raisers, they going to stay there. You always got one or two people in the church, devils, demons, whether it's a deacon or a mother. They are the ones that run the church. These are spiritual heifers and spiritual bastards and spiritual witches and spiritual mothers that's full of hell and jealous and run everything and greedy and still run the family. Y'all still got folks pastoring churches like that. You be careful when you go to a pastor's church and the church is in front and the house is behind the church. You better get away from that church. You joining on a cult. I'm not talking about one of them, what they call the houses, partridge, what the houses, partridges or whatever the houses are. I'm not talking about a pastor's partridge or whatever that thing is connected to. I'm not talking about that. No, that pastor needs to be there. That apostle, that bishop needs to be there. Okay? If it's a whole different ball game, parsonage. But those people are normally for the Catholic, the Methodist, the Baptist, and they normally move on. Okay, they move on. I'm talking about a house, and the church is right in front of the house, and the pastor live right there behind the church. You think that's good? No, you're in a cult. You're in an occult. I've seen it so many times. You know, it's amazing. The church and the house look just alike. No, you got an occult. You got an occult all day long. I done been in them churches like that. That woman and man, that woman down there, that woman and that man, that woman and that pastor are full of devils and demons, holy devils and demons. Wasn't no good for nothing. I done been to service churches like that. Them folks ain't no good. Y'all better watch that. Watch that, okay? And it came to pass that we're in verse number 5, and I don't want to read that. We're in verse number 6. And Egyptians, the blessing of the Lord in all his field. In verse number 6, Genesis chapter number 39, and he left all that he had in Joseph's hand, and he knew not aught he had. I mean, come on now. He left everything in Joseph's hand, and he didn't care about, he didn't even know everything he left in Joseph's hand. You just do it. He left, and he knew not aught he had save the bread which he did eat. And Joseph was a goodly person and well favored. Well favored. Now, God help us. And it came to pass after these things that his master's wife cast her eyes upon Joseph. See, the woman is going to look at you and slobber for a while first, man, check you out and say, can I get him? I know I can get him. If I can just get him, I get him. You know what I mean? And she said, lie with me. Okay? Lie with me. The word lie, L-I-E, and the word lie or lay is spelled the same way about it, right? So Joe, lie with me. No, you a liar right now, woman. No, no. But you got to remember now, okay, this is not an ugly woman, okay? This woman is bad to the bone. She one of them supermodels, on TV. You know, this woman is bad to the bone. Y'all already know that. Prophet Johnson, how you know? You don't know that she's a captain's wife. She's not a private, okay? And, you know, Cap ain't going out there getting no ugly woman. You don't believe me? Ask Cap. That's a good one. Here it goes. And but he refused and said unto his master's wife, behold, my master wanted not what is with me in the house, and he have committed all that he have to my hand. You know, my master wouldn't worry about what's in the house because he trusts me with it. So he would not worry, or he have left all things in my hand. There is none greater in this house than I. Neither hath he kept back anything from me but thee. Now, you see that? You give a person everything. Now, y'all got to see this now. You give him everything. Brother, you taking care of the man. You helped him out, got him off the street, done raised him, done, fed him, clothed him. You say, everything in my house is yours. Just don't touch my smooch. Because that's all the little bit of touch I got. And that's the only thing that's really keeping me rolling and making me happy. So just leave my little old smooch alone. You think they're going to leave that little smooch alone? No, they're going to want your smooch too. But Joseph said, no. You giving me everything. I don't really want you. See, now, women, let me tell you something. There really are some men that just don't want you. There are some men that don't want to have nothing to do with you. There are some women that don't want to have nothing to do with no men. Believe me, ask me, I can tell you, I can name all of them that don't want to have nothing to do with me. Which one, Prophet Johnson? All of them I chase mostly? They don't want to have nothing. No, hell no. Get away from me, man. Gone. No. Who are you? Who you is? Who you is? Oh, Lord, I done flunked already. Lord, let me get on up out of here. They don't need me get no telephone number. Gave you everything. Now you going to go mess with the man's wife? Do y'all see that? How you help a family? How you take care of people? And in the end, they end up stabbing you in the back by sleeping with your man or your woman? Come on now, y'all. Come on. Your own sister do it to you. Your own sister will sleep with your husband. Your own brother will sleep with your wife. They doing that. And the women and the men that do it are sick. They don't, because what are you going to prove? When it's over, you got to deal with the conscience, the guilt. What have I done, God? Why did I do this? Let me finish this. Start to finish. Here we go. There is none greater in the house than I, neither hath he kept back anything from me but thee. Because thou art his wife, how then can I do this great wickedness and sin against God? Who is he sinning against? God. And it came to pass as she spake to Joseph day by day, that he hearkened not unto her, to lie by her, or to be with her. So y'all know she's trying to soften him up. You know you got to soften them up a little bit. They done tried to soften me up. Every time they soften me up, I get hard. My butt get harder. And I run further. You ain't softening me up. No. So she's working on him. And what's going to happen? You're going to hear the story and finish up, or we're going to finish up, catch it up tomorrow night. And Captain, we're going to go ahead and close out here. And it came to pass about this time that Joseph went into the house to do his business, and there was none of the men of the house there within. So she's watching. She done ran everybody else. Butler, get out of here. Baker, get out of here, man. They're setting Joseph up to touch this little stuff. She wanted Joseph to rub a little on the poontang. Come on now, y'all. And she caught him by his garment, saying, lie with me, man. And he left his garment in her hand and fled and got him out. How many of y'all going to leave your coat in the woman's hand? You ain't leaving your coat in that woman's hand. You're going to wrap her up in the coat. Could you imagine the guilt of what Joseph would have felt like after doing that? And then here come Potiphar, his wife, coming home. He's sitting at the table eating. She's sitting there eating, googly-eyed, mesmerized, got that musk scent on her. We gonna pick this up tomorrow night, y'all. And she's sitting up there. Come on, y'all know it's the truth. You can see all them lust demons. You can see lust demons sitting on them folks. Even in the church, lust carries a spirit. You hear me? That's why it's luscious when it's time to get flushes. My God, y'all, we can't finish up nothing here. Time be rolling by. You say, Prophet Johnson, you know this is birthday week. I'm just talking this week. Chilling while I'm killing it. That's my time. I'd like to thank you for yours. Fastest 30 minutes already come and gone your way. Happy birthday to me. And I'm going to see you guys tomorrow night. This is Living With, Loving Me. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Have a good night. Bye.